everyone, this is Adam from Mecanto Product Reviews, and we are back with yet another Explaindio Pro 2.0 demo. Now this time I'm going to create an actual marketing video. I've kind of gotten a feel for everything over the last few videos that I've created, and I feel pretty comfortable to move forward and, do this one for real. So I have my notes over here, and I'm going to use those along the way with my notes as far as what I want to do with each slide in the presentation. So with that said, let's get started. I'm going into Explaindio here, and I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call this VideoRankr number 1. So the first thing we want to do is create our first slide. So I'm going to go ahead, go over here, and I have the name of the template that I want to use next to each slide. So I'm going to create a new scene, add an animation, Explaindio slide. These are all the templates that came with my Explaindio 2.0. You can get even more than this, but this certainly is good enough for me at the moment. So I'm going to be using the Smith character number 1, slide number 1. So I'm going to add this. I'm not going to sketch him in, and I'm going to begin at frame number 1. So I go ahead and add, and then I just take a quick look at what we have so far. Okay. So we're going to edit that slide, but first I want to make sure that we have audio here. I guess we'll add the audio last. I'll probably get some more music tracks and add, some nice background music. Maybe even a narration. But let's go ahead and move forward with this. So I'm going to go and close this canvas. Okay, and that takes me to this part of Explaindio where you can see the preview of your current slide at all times. You could pause, play, etc. And to edit this text, it's very easy as well. All you need to do is go over to customize this animation, and then you have text area 1 and 2. So text area 1 is hi, meet Smith. I'm going to change his name to Byron. So just go ahead and paste in my new text there. I'm going to keep the font and the text size intact, alignment intact. So I'm going to say he is an internet marketer as opposed to he is a businessman. So now we have new text here. I meet Byron. He is an internet marketer. Now, one thing I covered in the previous demo is that you can actually stop the animation at any time, stop or pause it. So if you wanted, you could keep Byron on the screen as you move into the next slide instead of having him slide off the screen. So if you want to see how that's done, that's in the previous demo. So that's that. The first slide is pretty simple, especially if you're using templates. And now we're ready to add our second slide. So once again, going to open the canvas, add Explaindio slide. I'm going to go down here, select my slide pack, and make sure I pick the right one here. I'm going to use number 4. So number 4 says, kind of starts telling the story. John was unhappy. Why was he unhappy? Well, we're going to find out. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is tell a story through my slides and then introduce a product. So I'm going to, once again, I'm not going to sketch it. I'm going to start at frame number 1, and we're going to add it in, close the canvas, and customize. There's many different things you can customize. For example, if I wanted to remove the background, all you would have to do is, let's see here, select and like that, or like that, you know, get rid of those backgrounds, but it's not something I need to do. So you can also add background images, just kind of showing you different things as we go. Let's see here. You see, you could add her, you know, add all kinds of stuff. But so he was unhappy, so we're going to explain why Byron is unhappy. So he was unhappy with his video rankings. Okay, so let's see what's going on there. So let's just, okay, hi, meet Byron, his internet marketer, and he was unhappy with his video rankings. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. He was unhappy with his video rankings, but then he found, I'll leave that alone, and that would be it for that slide. So I'm going to go back to our canvas, add another slide. And this time we're going to a different slide pack, so it's going to get a little interesting here. And go to Kinetic typography, and we're going to say we're going to use slide number 1. Not going to sketch it in, start at frame number 1, add. Okay, and now we're going to see what's going on with this one. What we're going to do is change this bottom text to the name of our product, the product that we're promoting, which is VideoRankr, and then we're going to add our own image right here. I might even sketch that in. So I click the image tab here, and I click browse to get an image from my hard drive. So I'm going to go in, hopefully I have it ready, and let's see, we want VideoRankr, which is there, and this one should work. Let's scale it down a bit. You can center it, so you see how I'm doing that. You can pretty easily move this around. You can move it down, move it over a tad bit. So let's see what that, well, let's see what that looks like here. So I can't say I like that too much, so I'm actually going to remove it and add a different image. I have a picture of the box, and I think that looks a lot better. It's also centered for us, so we just have to kind of fix that a little bit. So all we have to do here is scale it down just a tad bit, move it, center it a little bit better, and I think that's it. So we also see up here how this slide takes 6.3 seconds, which is actually our longest slide. Now if you want to change that, that's something you can do at any point to any slide. I prefer to wait until the end to get a feel for you know, each slide in the animation, the overall duration of the entire video. But should you want to do that, I'm actually looking for, I still have a little bit of problems kind of moving around here and navigating, but should you want to do that, let's see, that would be here, the SWF default slide length. So you choose what frame you would like to pause at. 24 seconds, or 24 frames, I'm sorry, is 1 second. So if you, this is 129 frames for this slide. So if you pause that at 24 frames, or if you said play for 24 frames, you only get the first second of this. So you wouldn't even get the whole thing. On the other hand, you could say, like, let's say you wanted to pause it when the box comes up here before the little caption comes down. You can kind of click here, pause it at a certain frame for X amount of frames, and then it will come down when you want it to. It's basically how that works. So that brings us to slide number 4, and this is basically going to be like a bullet point deal. So we're going to talk about why VideoRankr is so great and why it helped Byron. So I'm going to add another Explaindio slide. We're going to use this slide pack, and we want slide number 10. Now if you're thinking this looks too easy, well, first of all, it's meant to be pretty easy, but remember that I have my little outline here, which is very helpful. I don't have to think about what group I want to use, it's all, or what I want to type. It's already defined for me there. So that certainly saves a lot of time, and I would recommend doing that with whatever you're doing, whether it's creating your own video or whatever it is. So this slide looks like this. So let's start. Here is the reason you get, and then it gives you some bullet points. So we're obviously going to change the text. That's the first thing we want to do. So I'm going to go to slide and customize again and go back over here to text. And I've added my replacement text here. I'm going to say why VideoRankr in all caps. And then here are a few reasons. First one is automatic page 1 rankings. Oops, don't want to do it that way. Second one is syndicate videos across hundreds of sites. And then finally, proven results from users. I have a 6th area. This is the 6th one is to maximize profits. Why not? We can leave that alone. That always works. So that's that slide. I'm pretty sure it worked out, so I'm not going to preview and start from the beginning again. I'm actually going to move on to the 5th slide because this is arguably our most exciting slide of all. This is where we add the video. So, okay, we have the 2 slides left. So here we are, add slide, back to Smith once again, and we want slide number 5 because it's got this frame. And I have plans for that frame. So I'm going to add that in. And I believe I can close and customize. First thing, as always, we're going to change our text. Watch, it's going to say, watch this case study. Watch this case study. Now, if you notice at the end of this little slide, this frame disappears. I do not want it to disappear. So what I have to do is I have to take advantage of some of the more advanced features. First of all, I have to make sure my text appears on one line. Like that. Got that down. So I want it to pause just like this. I don't want it to disappear. I have to make sure that happens. I can't have that little thing at the end there. So let's take care of that first. It's not too much of a problem. All we have to do is customize, or do we? Okay, actually we go over to SWF, and we're going to play it for, let's start at 90 frames. So I'm going to stop this and play it. Make sure it stops, doesn't disappear here. And it doesn't. So as you can see, this is holding just the way we want it. And that's awesome. That's great. So with that said, I believe we can add our video. Let me make sure I'm doing this the right way though. Okay, so I took a quick break. Let me make sure that our scene is holding at the right position. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that video. I'm going to go back to the canvas, and as you can see, it's going to be a case study of VideoRankr, which I'm going to put inside of my video. So I'm just going to add video. It's going to be from local storage. And let me actually find the path. Let me pause for a moment because I don't remember offhand. Alright, I think it's one of these. Let me sort by date. Should be the most recent one. Okay, we're going to try that out. Processing, detecting edges. Definitely not going to sketch this one in. Add. Now, as far as videos go, I will mention that you can add part of the video, the entire video. You don't have to play it all the way through. You can, do whatever you want. In this case, I would like the entire video to play inside of my video, my larger video. But this is the main feature of my video. So basically, I'm trying to show viewers that VideoRankr is this great product, which I identify early on in the presentation, and then I bring them a visual case study to prove it, because I believe people see proof of something, that's it speaks for itself. There you can't do much better for them than giving them proof. So since this is a 9-minute video, it takes just a little while to process, as you can see there. What we want to do is resize this to fit inside of the frame that we have on the previous screen. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I might have to play with it just a little. Looks like it sketched it in anyways, even though I didn't want it to. But let's take a look. Okay, what I want to do is actually move the video frame down just a bit. So I'm going to click this and move it down just a tad bit there. I think that should be good enough. Now, close the canvas. Actually, let's also go back in the canvas and see if we can turn off the sketch effect. I believe maybe I have to do that here. So let's go ahead and
Hey guys,
find
Josh Zamora here from Zam.
that setting. Okay, now if you want to remove the sketch, you click on the frame that you want to work on, go to up here, you go to action before, because this is the action before the video comes in. And you want it, and right now it's sketched by hand. We want to do nothing. You can do fade in, that would be pretty cool. I guess we could do fade in, which fly in would look like that. I'll do fade
Hey guys.
in. I'll do fade in. And so that should take care of that slide and bring us right into the final slide of the video, basically where we close it all out. Or perhaps, well, actually let's do something a little more fun than that. I didn't have this slide, or I did have this, okay. Let's go ahead with this, alright. We're going to add a new slide, not a new scene. This is all going to be part of the same scene. Okay, so we're going to open the canvas once more, add animation, Explaindio slide, and I'm looking for Smith's character pack and number 6. So there it is, and number 6, and it's going to say something pretty cool. We're going to add a single slide, not sketch it in, start from the beginning, add it in there, and we're going to edit the text fields. So you can see what's going on there. That's what's going to happen with this particular animation. So I'm going to customize the animation and add my own text here, and it's going to say, now Byron is living the good life cashing in on #1 ranked videos. Okay, so that's gonna look like this, and that's perfect. That's perfect. So what we could do is add a actually, where did that slide go? It looks like might not be in the right order here. Where are we? Let's make sure this is at the end. Okay, so make sure that the order is correct. I have to make sure that this plays after the video. Now the video is going to be quite long, and here we have 533 frames, so that's quite a while they'll be watching the video before they hit this slide. But I'm not going to simply close it out with this. I'm going to add one more slide at the very end. I don't have this one in my outline, but we will find the suitable slide for this, what I'm trying to do. And I believe there is one in the slide pack I'm working from. There it is. So it's kind of like the, the social addresses, your web address, things like that. So I'm going to add that to the end, and then all I'm going to do is just come back in here and customize it so that these are my addresses. So let me take a moment and get my addresses so I can plug them in there. Okay, so I'm coming in here. Looks like we're going to have to do some alignment as well. Good opportunity to do that, actually. So I got my addresses down. I'm just going to copy and paste them into each field. First we have Facebook. Looks like we're going to have to make the font smaller, no problem. Let's bring it down to about 60, looking good. Horizontal, first of all, the X offset, we're going to have to move that over like so, and then move this down like that. No problem at all. Okay. Next up, we have Twitter. So I'm going to do Twitter and my address. And then, once again, same thing here. Just want to move that into the right position. Very easy with Explaindio. Next, I have my YouTube. And going to have to resize that one to, let's do 60, move it over, move it down, and over a little bit again, or not, I don't know, that looks right. And then finally, last but certainly not least, the website that started it all for me is Mecanto.com. Alright, so that does it. Now, we don't have sound yet. So when I create this video, I'm not going to have sound yet, but I want to show you now from start to finish the video aspect of this. I'm going to do the sound and eventually produce this on YouTube, but I don't have the tracks that I want to use just yet. I may or may not add the sound to this particular video in my next demo. I'm not sure if that's going to be a demo or not. But let's start from the beginning and see this video. I'm not going to say from its entirety because I know you don't want to watch that whole case study. It is pretty long. So let's do this. I'll create a video off of this without, it's not going to have sound, but just shows you this process. So as you can see, this is the export video menu. You click to say where you want to save your video, give it a name, or just select the folder. Okay, then you give it, let's see, let's actually put a new folder in there, VideoRankr 1, select folder, we're going to do 720, export speed, all that looks good, and we're going to start the export. Now, here's the file name. Let's go back now that it's letting me choose the file name. And the file name is the same as the name you gave it at the beginning of the project. Of course, you can always change that. But we are officially building this video. So I will be right back at the completion of this video. We'll take a look and then I'll give you some final notes, final comments. Okay, we have processed the video and now I'm going to open it. Remember now, there is no sound in this video, so do keep that in mind. That's something I'm going to be adding later. But here we are, so hopefully this worked out. Hopefully everything's in order. And keep in mind you can also change the time between slides and the duration of each individual slide. But you know, these are the types of things that I would have never been able to do on my own without a program like Explaindio. And I think that a lot of people watching this could probably say the same thing for themselves. And as we kind of fast forward here, you can see how this video continues to play within my video, and towards the end, as you see, it goes along. We're just watching a video inside a frame, and you can even use different frames. They have television sets and things like that. I might refine this a little more than I have here, but you know, I think you get the idea. I'm just trying to kind of show the features that Explaindio is capable of doing. It tells a story for you using slides that you basically don't have to create. You're using templates and you modify them for your products, for your offers, and for your website. So, I mean, this is just making things possible for regular marketers, regular video marketers like you and I. Just one more thing to mention here. I do have an exclusive bonus that is only available through Mecanto product reviews. The link is below this video, and I am offering 31 exclusive bonus products if you purchase Explaindio through my website. You can also access my master list, and if you don't like any of the default bonuses, my master list has hundreds of products that you could substitute in instead. And there are, let me show you real quick actually. Let's just make this a little easier. So let's go over to my website before we go, and you'll see just how easy it is to claim your bonuses and even choose your bonuses at Mecanto. So we're not going to go through all of them, but just to show you, if we click on this, this is my review, this is what's linked below the video. You scroll down, you will see what you get for your purchase through my website, and that is down here, all of these products. And also below this list, you're going to see the link to my master list in which you could substitute anything from this list for any of these, or all of these perhaps. And then you just follow these 3 steps to claim your bonus, and you are all set. Your bonus will be emailed within the next 24 hours of your purchase. So that's about it. I just want to thank you for watching this video today. Thank you for supporting me and my channel. Your encouragement is what keeps me going here. And so I appreciate that you're watching this today. And that's about it. So have a great day.